Yeah, that's right. Kicking off the show with The Scratch. They were awesome when they came to the Mountain America Center. Who did they open up for again? Was it the Dropkick Murphys and Pennywise? I just shared a clip 2 days ago of Pennywise performing at that venue on our Facebook, also our Instagram at KBear101FM. I've just been recycling old concert footage, and it's been doing extremely well. The past couple of videos have reached like 60,000 to 100,000 people, which is awesome. I mean, I uploaded a video of Adam Gonchier. I don't know how you say his last name properly. I think it's Gonchier or something like that from 3 Days Grace. Also Saint DeSonia, too. Can't forget about that. But it was Adam performing. I forgot what 3 Days Grace song, but it was my view from the pit. And sure enough, it was a close enough video to where a lot of people apparently liked it. So yeah, check us out on socials. If you haven't followed us already, make sure to do so. KBear101 FM on all social media platforms. It is Hump Day, March 4th, 2026. I am Peaches. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. I need to get the Nintendo Switch 2 bundle at some point. Maybe today I'll stop by a place around here in the area, go pick up the Nintendo Switch 2 bundle, because this Friday we're drawing that winner. Somebody's going to get that before the time change this weekend, Sunday, March 8th. Don't forget, we spring forward an hour. We lose an hour of sleep. I feel like an hour is not too bad. I was going to dive deep. I'll probably do that into the next in the next break. Talk about, I mean, there's a whole article. I'll share it with you here in just a few on Peach's Pit Party. So, as I said in the first break, we lose an hour of sleep this weekend. We spring forward. You know, they enthusiastically say that. Spring forward, you know. But we still get it. We still get light earlier. We get light also later into the evening. Now, I used to be the guy that hated the sunset at 10 p.m. And then I started to live out here longer than just, you know, for one winter. I've been out here now for 5 years. I've been through 5 winters. I think 6, counting the one, because I moved out here January 29th, 2021. So yeah, it was like in the middle of winter when I moved out here. So maybe like 5.5, maybe. But, you know, I do now enjoy, I do appreciate when the sun sets a little bit later into the evening. We lose an hour of sleep, and I was looking at this article that I was wanting to make fun of here, because we literally only lose an hour. I'm sure even with people listening to my show right now, hearing me talk about this, I'm sure they'll still forget and then realize this weekend, oh, shoot, I completely forgot that we lose an hour this weekend, that type of thing. You know, this whole article was giving me a step-by-step guide on how to adjust yourself for the time change. It says adjust sleep early, starting 3 to 5 days before the change. So you might want to start tonight. Most people don't even know, again, daylight saving time is happening until Saturday night when someone posts, hey, don't forget we lose an hour, like on Facebook or something like that. You know, go to bed and wake up 15 to 30 minutes earlier each day. Most people's sleep schedule is determined by things like scrolling TikTok, accidentally watching 9 episodes of a show, the sudden urge to Google how deep is the ocean really at midnight. Like, people's sleep schedules are so messed up. Maximize sunlight immediately after waking. Which, I mean, could you imagine that? You just wake up in the morning, you gotta go, I gotta rush outside and go sunbathe. You know, I gotta take my clothes off and go out there and just stand in the sun. The scientifically optimized sunrise exposure protocol. The reality, most people wake up, look like a confused raccoon, stare at their phone while sitting on the edge of the bed, contemplating whether coffee counts as breakfast, maybe even a Monster or a Red Bull. Nobody is stepping outside like, yes, the healing rays. My biological clock is resetting. Gradually move meal times and workouts earlier. Workouts? You know, if someone is organized enough to adjust their workout schedule days in advance, daylight saving time is the least stressful thing in their life. Most people's fitness plans are, I should probably start going to the gym again, and then never goes, that type of thing. I also see a thing here about optimizing bedroom temperature. Now they're giving us bedroom climate engineering instructions. You know, I still, you know what? When it gets a little tad too hot in my room, I can't sleep. I have the window wide open, especially when it's cold outside. I enjoy it. I put the blankets on me. I fall asleep, deep asleep. It's just the way I fall asleep. avoid screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This is my favorite unrealistic advice in human history. The entire internet exists because people are using screens instead of going to bed. You're telling someone to avoid screens before bed while they're reading the advice on a screen. All right. There's that. If fatigued, take a short 20-minute nap. A controlled precision nap. You know, everyone knows naps actually work like this. Plan 20 minutes, wake up 3 hours later, disoriented like you just returned from a coma. That's how it always goes for me, at least. It's Peach's Pit Party now with Pierce the Veil. So far, so fake. Don't forget, we lose an hour of sleep this weekend. I just want to remind you consistently. It's Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. I was reading the story here in Texas. 2 people got stuck when their hot air balloon crashed into a communications tower 900 feet above the ground. A rescue crew had to climb up the tower to rescue the couple and get them out of the mess. Hot air balloons seem cool when you're not in one, if that makes sense. I feel like the second that you go up in a hot air balloon, you're like, what did I talk myself into? Why did I do this? You got to be wary of who you're with in a hot air balloon too, because you could have that jokester that starts jumping in the basket, starts, teeter-tottering it type of thing. I bet Victor. No, I don't think Victor would be that kind of guy. I was thinking maybe he would, but also I think he would be closing his eyes the entire time. I would think it's cool, but then I'm like, okay, I want to immediately get down. And how do you crash into a communications tower in a hot air balloon? Because usually you just go up and down in those, right? Unless you go up when it's severely windy, but I think they advise against that big time. I think I've never actually seen like a hot air balloon festival and watched them. It would be kind of cool to see all that happen, but again, it'd be cool to watch the whole thing on the ground. All right, I would trust a blimp way more than a hot air balloon. I was scrolling our Facebook, looking at previous posts. I was looking at the one where I said, hey, don't listen to K-Bear 101 on February 29th, February 30th, and February 31st. Obviously, those dates don't exist. Every 4 years, we get a February 29th. But other than that, we don't get a February 30th and 31st. So I was looking at the comments, and there were multiple people that fell for it. And I don't think they were being sarcastic or trolling. I think they were legitimately either sad or upset. Let me open it up again because I wanted to point out one of the comments here. I see here. Where did it go? Where did it go? I just had it. Now it just started scrolling. Oh, here it is. Is that just the radio, or can I still listen on the website? Please tell me you're joking. Again, K-Bear is up. We hope to have it up 24/7. It will never stop. We never want it to stop at all. The best one was this guy. Why? Do you want to lose listeners? Is this your idea or management? Okay, I guess it's 94.9 of The Rock then. Sorry, guys. And they put 2 emojis. I'm hoping that person's joking. Because why would you expose yourself to that radio station? Let's do some Amity Affliction. By the way, follow us on social media. K-Bear 101 FM. Follow us. Here's the Amity Affliction House of Cards on K-Bear 101. The Atlanta Falcons have been picked to be the home team for the NFL's game in Madrid next season. We don't know who they'll play next. It won't be the Lions, 49ers, or Saints because they already have international games scheduled. Insiders think it will be the Bears or the Chiefs. The NFL seems to be serious about this international stuff as they're planning a total of 9 international games in Madrid, Melbourne, Rio de Janeiro, Paris, Munich, Mexico City, and London. The Arizona Cardinals have informed their quarterback, Kyler Murray, that he will be released on the first day of the league year, March 11th. So as expected, Murray will be in search of a new home. And because of the way his contract with the Cardinals was set up, his new team will pay him the minimum. Any team with $1.2 million to spend can roll the dice, see what Murray has left in the tank. Could you imagine being told ahead of time, by the way, we're going to fire you in about a week or so? Just an FYI. That would absolutely suck. But still, getting paid the, quote, minimum $1.2 million sounds pretty nice. The Atlanta Hawks are honoring one of the most iconic businesses in their city on March 16th, the strip club Magic City. While none of the dancers will perform at the game, the club's famous Magic City Kitchen will be selling their traditional lemon pepper wings in the Lou Will Lemon Pepper Barbecue Wings, named after former NBA player Lou Williams. But the promotion has upset San Antonio Spurs center Luke Cornett. He wrote an open letter asking the Hawks to cancel the night because allowing this night to go forward without protest would reflect poorly on us as an NBA community. Wow. Really, the center, Luke Cornett, I've seen this guy. He looks like a total goober. Luke Cornett, how many points is he averaging? 7 points, 6 rebounds. He's a bum, all right? He's 30 years old, the center for the Spurs, averaging that low of those low stats, and he's like, let me write an open letter. Send it their way. Do not do a strip club night. It'll make us look bad. Whoever's guarding him that night, please score like 60 on him, please. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Yes, the internet being silly, should I say dumb, yet again. I just talked about how people fell for my post about, hey, do not listen to K-Bear on these days, February 29th, 30th, and 31st, which, of course, well, I mean, one of them exists every 4 years. The other 2 days do not. But there were still people going like, what do you mean don't listen to K-Bear? What do you mean? I couldn't tell if they were trolling or not because, well, I saw people fall for my post that I made with Chat GPT. I can't believe how viral that picture went. I was in the passenger seat. My girlfriend was driving because she parks behind my car in the driveway, and so I can't get out. So I usually just have her drive, and I'll sit there in the passenger seat like the passenger princess that I am. But we were passing by that church that looks like a skateboard ramp. And so I rolled down the window, took a picture of it, and told ChatGPT, I said, hey, put a skater on the roof of this. And then I tried posting it in the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group. They declined it. Before, my posts weren't even pending. Before, I would just post, and they would automatically go into the group. I think one of the admins was like, okay, I've had enough of this guy posting in here, because my previous posts were about exit 119, saying, hey, you cannot turn right if there's a red arrow. Obviously, people still disobey that. I took exit 119 yesterday to get to Rexburg. Sure enough, 3 cars in front of me just decided to roll right through it. So yeah, they decided to make my posts be approval only in that group, and so they declined that post. So then I posted it on my Facebook, and it got some likes in the beginning. Then all of a sudden, it jumped to like 300 likes, 500, 700. It is now sitting at nearly 2,000 with over 200 comments. Some people believe that I actually did that. That's a picture of me on the roof skateboarding. If I were to do so, I would die. You see that Jesus statue right outside the church? I would meet him personally, because I would have passed away by going down that ramp and just going right into cement. It would have been awful. So then this post. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what's funny? I'm friends with the guy that made this post, and he's one of the dudes that I think fell for my picture, thinking it was real. He made a post saying a private company out of California said to purchase Chief Totem from the Idaho Falls Chamber of Commerce. If you don't know who Chief Totem is, he's that cool-looking totem pole right there by Fred Meyer in Idaho Falls. Well, I also didn't even know he had a name, Chief Totem from the Idaho Falls Chamber of Commerce. These small group of protesters stated, leave the chief alone. He is what represents Idaho Falls. We will not let him go quietly. The Idaho Falls mayor said we'll have around-the-clock security to make sure there's no damage or vandalism done to our chief. The sale of Chief Totem is scheduled for later this month. Well, the real Greater Idaho Falls Chamber Facebook page then posted themselves, saying, in what we can only describe as one of the most bizarre posts ever to grace the Idaho Falls Facebook pages, we wish to clearly state that the Idaho Falls Chamber doesn't even own the totem, doesn't possess the right to sell it, nor have we even had any conversations with anyone about it. Please disregard the post. It's a total scam, and would ask that the original poster demonstrate a little more patience and wait until April 1st to make such a wild claim like everyone else. You got even the Greater Idaho Falls Chamber making jokes out here. I mean, this guy clearly just wrote this himself. I personally would have used like Chat GPT to sort of, make it more so official sounding, maybe, because people are doing that on Facebook all the time. I even see it on LinkedIn now. People using Chat GPT to come up with this eloquent article they supposedly wrote, but then I see this overly AI language throughout the article and go, yep, you definitely just copied and pasted it, and it paid off. It got me actually nearly 2,000 likes, which I'm still awestruck by. Anyway, let's play some Rob Zombie. I'm a rock and roller. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, by the way. K-Bear 101, it's Peach's Pit Party. Idaho apparently getting rid of car registration stickers starting July 1st. Idaho drivers will no longer need to put those little registration stickers on their license plates. The change comes from a House bill, which was signed into law this week. That means the small decals showing the month and year your registration expires will disappear entirely. Why we're getting rid of them is lawmakers basically decided the stickers are outdated. Police already run plates through computers in their patrol cars. That system instantly shows if your registration is valid, so the physical sticker isn't really necessary anymore. On top of that, officials say removing them will save the state about $300,000 a year because they won't have to print and mail the decals. Another issue, though, many stickers are they're covered by plate frames or worn out, making them hard to read anyway. What doesn't change, a few things that stay exactly the same, you still have to register your vehicle. Registration fees don't change, obviously, duh. They always want to charge us more money. Your renewal date stays the same. Your license plate number stays the same. The only thing disappearing is the little sticker on the plate. Some police departments say the stickers were actually helpful. They allowed officers to quickly glance at a car, see if the registration might be expired, because they're color-coded before running the plate. Without them, officers may have to run more plates manually, which could slow things down. All this stuff to point out on Traffic School this Friday, powered by the Advocates at 8:45. You can also find previous episodes of that show on demand wherever you get your podcasts. Victor, I just talked about Traffic School, powered by the Advocates, on the air, and I wanted to see maybe if you knew the answer to this question here. I literally just got called by another spam risk call.
Okay.
They keep trying to pose as area codes from where I used to live. Mm-hmm. The 562 shout out.
Yeah.
So I got this call. Of course, right as I say hello, I get the boop. Mm-hmm. And then I knew what was coming, so I went, oh boy. And the lady started mocking me. She goes, oh boy. So then I said, I will find you, and then hung the phone up. Is that considered a threat? If I say that to somebody?
You. I mean, it's borderline on a...
But they're calling me, and they're trying to harass me with the spam risk whole thing.
See, and I was talking about assault and battery on the show earlier this morning, and I can never remember which one's which. Because I think it's assault making the threat.
Yeah, we learned about that last week.
But you have to be able to follow through on it.
Yeah, right? That's battery.
No, battery...
If I were to say, I'm going to hit you with the bat, that's assault. But if I were to actually say, I'm going to hit you with the bat, and then pull out a bat and start trying to go after you with it,
then it's battery.
That's battery.
Yes. So, I don't know. Because do you have the ability to find them?
No, of course not. I'm not even going to try. It's just that they try calling me and then make fun of me saying, oh boy. And the lady goes, oh boy.
Yeah, you should put it on my notes for Traffic School Friday.
I will.
I don't know if that could be considered an assault by saying, I will find you. Yeah.
I just pulled out my inner Liam Neeson.
Now, if that was a listener was in the lobby and you're like, I will find you. And then you write down their license plate and you follow them. That might be stalking. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's a good question for Traffic School. Every Friday morning, 8:45 a.m., powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Tune in to get the answer this Friday.
Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. The Scary Movie 6 trailer dropped. Was it yesterday? Maybe the day before? I'm not exactly sure, but somebody must have started this whole marketing campaign that Gen Z is supposedly outraged by the fact that the trailer is just so offensive. And I haven't seen anything posted about Gen Z being outraged or people being actually outraged by it. All I see are a bunch of articles saying Gen Z already upset. They're wanting to cancel this movie. Somebody even posted in r/horror. I've seen multiple articles posts saying that the Scary Movie 6 trailer is offending Gen Z. As someone who is Gen Z, however, I haven't actually seen anybody offended. I see more posts saying it's offending people than I am seeing people actually being mad. I personally am excited for it. Someone commented, I'm seeing a lot more comments from people claiming people are triggered than people being upset, which is typically how it goes. Yeah, I don't think anybody's actually upset. No one cares. It's a scary movie. People know by now after 6 movies that the movie is going to be pretty raunchy with its comedy. I have Scary Movie 1 through 4 on DVD, and let me tell you something. This is a secret. I haven't seen any of them at all. I have the DVDs, but I haven't actually put them into my old Xbox One that's also plugged into my TV besides the Xbox Series X, because my Xbox One is my glorified DVD player because my Series X will just not read discs. I should watch Scary Movie 1 through 4, then stream 5, and then watch Scary Movie 6 when that comes out. I don't see the release date here. All I see, again, are just a bunch of fake articles saying Gen Z is outraged by it when clearly nobody is. I should have talked about this for the Shot Clock Sports Update. Here's a sports story every guy listening is going to understand. An NBA player just had his 364 game streak come to an end because he woke up from a pregame nap with a sore ankle. Yeah, not from a dunk, not from a collision, from a nap. That's maybe the most relatable sports injury ever. There's a certain age where you don't even have to do anything to get hurt anymore. I'm approaching that. I just talked to Josh from Classy 97 not that long ago, and he was saying he woke up just that morning with a hurt foot. You just wake up, something's wrong. Your neck's locked up, your back sounds like popcorn, one knee suddenly doesn't trust you anymore. The worst part is when I have to wear my CPAP extra tight because otherwise it'll have that whistling sound, and I absolutely hate that. I don't even use my CPAP with water in it because the last time I tried doing so, I woke up to that stupid bubbling sound that I cannot stand whatsoever. It was the reason why I ended up breaking that first tube and needing to get it replaced. I found out the water just gets sort of built up into that tube and starts making like that popcorn bubbly sound that wakes me up. But yeah, when you fall asleep with your CPAP extra tight and you have your neck a certain way, you wake up, you got a headache. It's the worst thing ever. This guy's a professional athlete, Harrison Barnes, in peak condition. Even he lost a game to the danger of taking a nap. That's the real opponent nobody talks about. Sleep. So I follow this page called East Idaho Foodies. I follow it because, well, I'll send stuff to Aubrey. I'll be like, hey, we should check out this new restaurant. You know, we've been trying to check out new restaurants as of late. Every once in a while, they'll post something that looks incredible. Like this post that I'm looking at here, amazing Mexican food, great photos, the whole thing. I'll be 2 seconds away from sending it to her, like, hey, we got to try this place. And then I look a little closer and realize, oh, it's a food truck. And I don't know why, but part of me always gets a little disappointed because in my head, I'm thinking we're going somewhere, sitting down, hanging out for a bit, you know, checking out the restaurant. A food truck changes the whole plan. Now it's like, all right, cool. We're standing in a parking lot waiting for tacos and then figuring out where we're going to eat them. Should we drive home and, you know, have to hold to the bag the entire drive, that type of thing. I don't know why that disappoints me. It's such a first world problem to have, but I mean, I'd so much rather go to a restaurant than try to play scavenger hunt for this food truck. Because it even says in the post, like, oh, yeah, sometimes they're in Shelley, sometimes they're in Blackfoot. You'll have to find out for yourself. Like, I'm not trying to hunt down for my, that's the modern day hunter-gatherer method. You got to find the food truck, hunt for the food truck, bring it back to your place. Oh, man. And it's always overpriced, too. Anyway. Let's play some Black Label Society, Name and Blood on K-Bear 101. Animals on the loose. Both weird news stories being sent to me. I see here a toucan that's been on the loose in Vegas since November. Oh, no, that toucan finally got caught. But then I see here Chico the monkey got loose in St. Louis. Should we learn more about Chico? I did see here, like, more news on Punch the Monkey. And I was thinking, like, once Punch the Monkey is an adult and not just a baby, nobody will care anymore. Look what happened to Moo Dang. Look what happened to every animal that was cute. What was that one penguin? That was a Pesto, the massive penguin that was covered in fur. Everyone absolutely loved him. Whatever happened to him? He kind of fell out of the spotlight. Well, a wildlife rescuer in Missouri figured out a recent call about a monkey sighting was just another prank or someone mistaken, but it turned out the caller wasn't monkeying around, as it says here in the article. Michael Baron, who runs the Wildlife Command Center near St. Louis, says he's used to people thinking they see monkeys, but this time a FaceTime call showed an actual capuchin sitting in a homeowner's garage. The monkey, which the caller said looked like the one from Friends, darted onto the homeowner's shoulder and slipped into a laundry room. In the smaller space, Michael Baron was able to safely scoop it up and get it into a center. There you go. Not too crazy of a story today, but I guess that is today's What the Headline right here on K-Bear 101. Why not plug a different podcast, especially, I believe, the most downloaded podcast in this building, the Riverbend Awareness Project with Melissa, and I believe Jeff also hosts it, who's been on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem with us. The Riverbend Awareness Project, they highlight a different topic each and every single month. The February episode was all about teen dating violence awareness. Well, now the March episode is going to be about, is it already out? I should have checked that before I started talking on the air like an idiot. Riverbend, not going to look it up. The Riverbend Awareness Project. I just completely misspelled awareness, trying to hastily type it in. There it is, episode 28, episode 28, National Ag Month, Part 1. That's right. March is National Agriculture Month. All about what's it called here? How Idaho farmers grow potatoes, wheat, barley, raise cattle, how these products reach grocery stores across America while Idaho remains one of the nation's agricultural leaders. The series dives into food safety audits, water conservation, land development, how technology has transformed farming over the last 30 to 40 years. Pretty cool stuff there. Again, Melissa and Jeff hosting the Riverbend Awareness Project. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts. It's very similar to my show, Peach's Pit Party. You can also find all of the shows we do here in the building, including the Riverbend Awareness Project, by going to riverbendmediagroup.com and click on podcasts. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brenden Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.